Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Rusty 78609 in Central 609 in Central Texas, USA. I'm on my way back home from having gone to Wally World and gotten something for my RV to organize the stuff. I've got a Casita 2019 17-footer, and I really like it. But it is a nice day here in Central Texas. The temperature is 64 degrees. High today is supposed to be about 68. Isn't that awful? And the low tonight will be 36 to 40 out where I live in the hills in Central Texas, and that's not bad either. And then the rest of the week is pretty good, so there's no reason for me to travel anywhere at this time because the weather's about as good here or better than it is most places where I travel. So having said that, moving right along to my next thought, which was as I get older, at some point I'll probably have to phase out RVing because you know, you just reach the point where, yeah, even though your mind is geared up for it, your body's not there. You know, your hand reaches out for something and it just doesn't quite grab a hold of it. Well, when those things start to happen more frequently, then I'll have to phase this out. But I think what I'll do though is end up living in an RV until I finish, because you know, the other options are just not viable for me and my personality. But it is a nice day here in Central Texas, and I'm thinking about going down. I think I've said this in some other videos, maybe thinking about going down to South Texas in January, down around you know, the McAllen area. There's some places that have RV parks that aren't too bad. Some of them are pretty pricey, the quote resorts, because the snowbirds fill them up this time of the year, and I know why they bail out of that frozen tundra where they live, because as the older I get, I'm not big on cold. I mean, I can stand heat better now than I can cold. So, but I'm just rambling on and enjoying this nice day because I got me a little organizer for my Casita. Getting things organized. Yeah, you have to learn how to live in every RV you buy because they're all different. They all have a different layout. And once you put your stuff away, you know, you got to remember where it is. And that's kind of where I'm at now. I'm in that transition where did I put that? Or I can't find this or that. And finally I do remember where I put it. But RVing as a way of life, as you know, for those of you that are doing it, can be addictive. It's addictive in the sense that you're free to move anytime you want to. And that's a pretty good feeling for some people, not all. Some people like predictability a lot more than others. I like predictability too. And what I do is I go back to some of the same places I've been in the past so that I know where the grocery stores are and all that stuff. And then every now and then I'll bite off a new place and just see what it's like. And then if it's a good place, I'll add it to my repertoire or my quiver, another arrow in my quiver. Is that correct? But what would you do without RVing for those of you that are doing it? I tell you, it would be hard for me to think about it. Have you ever eaten ice cream that didn't contain any sugar or sweetener at all? Well, that would be kind of like my life because RVing is the sweetener in my life, for sure. Has been for a long time. And I like the Casita. It's you know, now that I've gotten used to the bathroom and, you know, cooking food and all that kind of stuff and gotten organized, it's home. I mean, it's just like a little nest. It's just cozy as it can be, and it's very easy to heat and cool. My little Pelonis heater heats it just fine. It's you know, so I like that. As far as boondocking in the future, I don't see that much in the cards for me anymore. Probably going to be RV parks by the month, or state parks, Corps of Engineers, national parks, you know, with some hookup, possibly electric, And water, electric and water is fine, or electric without water would be fine. And, you know, when you've got power, you got everything. For me anyway, you know, as far as the gray water and the black water, for me, for the black water, that's a non-issue with me. I just, everything goes in a little bag and out it goes, and that's the end of that mess. You don't have to worry about adding chemicals to your tank and getting dirty and all that stuff, because the tank has never been used for the black. This is Park Road 4. You've been on it a few thousand times. You know, all these days they have now, you got Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Of course, everybody knows why they do. It's all about getting you to buy products. But you know, they can say that it's on sale. I remember when that first came out in the 50s, or the first time I noticed it. Some of the stores in my little hometown, Kennedy, Texas, which are all closed now. They've been out of business for, God, 30 years. But back when I was growing up, say 9 to 15 years old, they'd have banners on the front, on the windows of the stores, you know, sale, big sale. But they never had any prices. Sometimes they might, I don't even remember them putting a percentage off or anything like that. But it was rare that they did that. But it was a good way to get you in there to clean up their inventory a little bit. So different when I grew up compared to what it is now. And as a viewer pointed out, you kind of lose the flavor of the holiday season when you can't go to these, well, like shopping malls were big for many, many, many years, and they'd have music going. They had Santa Claus there and Christmas trees and all kind of phony crap. And, you know, kids loved it, I guess. And it was, you know, you kind of got into the spirit of the season, so to speak. And this individual that left a comment pointed out that we're losing that flavor because internet shopping is taking over, and eventually that's going to be, you know, right now it's over probably 50% of the holiday shopping, and rapidly it'll become 80 and 90, and the big box stores will be gone, including Walmart, or they'll be totally different. They'll just be a place you go to pick up stuff. The kids that are born today, they won't even know the difference, because it will have always been that way since they were born. They will never have been without a cell phone, a smartphone. And I'm not, you think about, turn the clock forward 20 years for the kids that are born today, and then 20 years will be 20 years old. Think of the things they're going to have. I mean, or just think how different it's going to be. I'm already concerned about getting another vehicle in a few years. Probably about 5 years from now I'll get me another vehicle, and based on what I've seen, you can't get one that doesn't talk to you, you know, or tell you when you're doing something a little off, which is probably not bad. I'm sure all that's good safety stuff, particularly for me as I get older, but you know, I'm not used to it. But for kids that are born today, you know, that's the way it'll always have been, and it'll just be part of their life. And you know, a Google Home or an Alexa device in the house, they were always there. And, you know, turning your lights on by speech, you know, they won't even know what a light switch is. And security for your home, I mean, you know, you'll know who's at the front door without ever getting out of your chair. It'll pop up in the corner of your TV. And then you can tell them, go away, or, you know, come on in and unlock the door. Crazy, man, but that's where it's headed. These smart homes are getting better and better, and they also have I don't know where this is going, but I'm having a good time. But you know, they got refrigerators now that are able to detect food that has gone bad. Now, I'm not sure how they do it, and I'm not sure if it's the refrigerator, but there is a detecting something that can actually keep you from eating spoiled food. Now, is that good? Sure, I think so. Park Road 4, how did I end up here? Yeah, I'm going to do a video later. I'll show you how I've improved my life to me anyway, by downsizing and cleaning everything out. If any of you watched my older videos where I had the wooden deck and I had the 26-foot or 28-foot, whatever it was, Jayco J-Flight bunkhouse model, and had it, and I had stuff everywhere. And I remember I had it all stacked on the porch or the patio, whatever you want to call it, the deck, and I couldn't believe it. And I did a video of all the crap that was there. And now I will do a video and show you what ain't there. I mean, it's amazing. And I've still got a little to do, but very, very little. And here I am, 73 years old, and I do not own one item of furniture. I do not own a recliner, a dining room table, dining room chairs. I mean, of course, my RV came with that, but as far as owning those items, I have none. Patio furniture, I have a rocking chair. I got it from Walmart for $30 bucks, and it's a good one too. It's comfortable. It's a white plastic thing. I actually sat in it before I bought it and rocked. It's a good one. And for my footrest, I use my Rubbermaid step stool or step ladder that I use to get in and out of my pickup camper when I was camping in my pickup. So all these things have turned out to be useful as I've moved on. I feel better now that all that stuff is gone, and I cleaned out some more. It was on Thursday was Thanksgiving, so I must have done it Wednesday. I actually hauled some more stuff to the trash, and it was the stuff that's hard to let go of. I mean, but I did it. Do I miss it? No, I didn't miss it before. I mean, it was just in a box, just sitting out. You know what I mean? And the theory is, if you haven't used it or wanted it or even thought about it in a year, there's a good chance you don't need it, or you could get rid of it. Have I ever gotten rid of something and then had to go back and buy it again? Yeah. Oh, I'm sure I have. There's no doubt about that. It's what you call a mistake. This is the end of Thanksgiving now. We're going into Cyber Monday. Dun 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 dun. And then get into the Christmas season, so to speak, which a lot of people kind of get, it does kind of grate on people a little bit, particularly if they don't have children. But if you have children, that's what it's all about. It's for kids. Christmas is basically for children, because it's a time when they get gifts and stuff, and they know it, and it's okay. I don't have any problem with that, because I remember getting excited and opening a package in the 50s, and guess what I'd get? Socks, underwear, t-shirts, not Gildan though. I don't know what they were back then. Probably Fruit of the Loom. Yeah, we didn't get many toys. Occasionally you would get one if an uncle or an aunt bought you one, you might. But as far as my parents, maybe they did. They probably did. I just don't recall. But decorating the Christmas tree was a big deal. I'm sure you all remember that. The icicles and all the little balls and stuff you hung on there. And, we strung popcorn. I mean, this is going to be a great video, isn't it? I'll put a name on it, but it's not going to fit everything. But yeah, we actually strung popcorn, made popcorn things to hang on the Christmas tree, and yeah, it was a fun time. It was a fun time, and that was for several years. Of course, we bought firecrackers and popped the hell out of those. And back then you could buy something that were like grenades. I mean, you could buy M80s, which were very powerful. You could buy cherry bombs, which were a little less powerful. Then you could buy T-bombs, which were about that same, and others. And then you had the black cats, the regular firecrackers, which they'd hurt your hand if they went off in your hand. That's for sure. And what else? Of course, then you had to get some what they call punks, the things to light the firecrackers with. It burned real. You'd light that punk, and it would burn real slow, and you could use that to light your firecrackers. Yep. So when you bought your firecrackers, you always had to get 4 or 5 punks. Sometimes they just give you those. But it was fun. It was a fun time. I hear that rattling noise too. It'll probably be in the video. But it was a great time. The weather was always reasonably nice in South Texas at Christmas time. So we were able to be outside, and I'm sure my parents were glad of that. And there was no TV to interfere. You know, it wasn't like we were outside saying, oh, we're missing a program or whatever. Why is this thing doing that? It's making a noise. But we were always outside because we didn't have any indoor really games. We had checkers, dominoes, cards, but no video games. Of course, no cell phone. My God, we had an 8-party line, and I know I've been down this trail a few times. And I'll end this video here in just a second as soon as I get around this curve and get straightened out. But this is just a little driving video to start my day off, and then this afternoon I'll show you what I don't have anymore. I sure will. Anyway, guys, from Central Texas right now, it's 62 degrees. Thumbs up. Carpe diem. Adios. Bye-bye. Buy anything you want, but if you think about it, use the link to Amazon products in the description of all my videos. And there's a lady that got stopped, and she's getting a ticket, or something's wrong. He's listening intently to whatever her problem is. But anyway, whatever, let's see, use the Amazon link. Doesn't cost you anything. I get a small commission, big deal. And what else? Drink plenty of water. Take deep breaths. Stretch, walk, keep your health. Whatever it takes to keep your health, or it won't matter about the holiday season, will it? And do little things to make yourself happy. Do something for yourself every now and then. Just totally be selfish, okay? Nothing wrong with that. Not a thing, There's nothing wrong with taking care of yourself first. Because if you feel good, everybody around you is going to feel great. So having said that, adios amigos. Bye-bye.